Hello everyone, Tony here once again, and today we're gonna do the real review of Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramale. Now, when I say real review, it doesn't mean that anybody else's review is fake. No, what I mean by that is that I purchased this fragrance myself with my own money, so I'm not gonna pledge no allegiance to nobody. There is no brand loyalty. I'm a real consumer just like you. There is no affiliate link so you can click, buy something and I get some commission. None of that. And most importantly, I am not trying to sell you anything. If I tell you that I like something, that means that I really like it. And if I tell you that I don't like something, that means I really don't like it. And yes, I am 100% ripping off Flossie Carter with that intro. I am in no way, and I repeat, I am in no way, shape or form claiming that I am an expert or that I know more than anyone else in the fragrance community. I'm just gonna share my thoughts and experience with you so you can decide if you drop your hard-earned money in a bottle of perfume or not. Take my review and really anyone's review with a grain of salt. We all have different perceptions, different skin chemistry, and of course, different taste. So let's get busy. First, let me clarify. This bottle right here is from this brand that it's appearing somewhere in the screen. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. Nothing vintage going on here. We're talking about current batches. Let's start off with one of the most important aspects when it comes to purchasing a new fragrance, the price. Now, there's really no point of telling you how much this fragrance costs right now, because if you're watching 2, 3, 5 years from now, chances are price is gonna be a little or a lot higher due to inflation. But as of right now, you can get this fragrance, the 125 milliliter bottle, for around 125 American dollars. Let me do a parenthesis right here. I couldn't find the price in the official Jean Paul Gaultier's website, so I had to look it up in a bunch of stores, and some of them had a really good deal going on, but on average, that is the price that I found. Now, I have the 75 milliliter bottle, which price I couldn't find. Now, price is always gonna be subjective. There might be some people who may save up for months just to get this fragrance, and there are some other people who can afford to buy 3 or 4 or even 5 $300 fragrances in a single purchase on a regular basis. So it depends on each people's economy, of course. But for me, the price is right. Why am I saying that? I'll explain you later in the video. Is it worth the price? Let's find out. Now let's continue with the notes. According to Jean Paul Gaultier's official website, we don't have an olfactive pyramid per se, but it mentions bergamot, pear, mint, and lavender. But here also mentions woody vanilla. By the way, this is an eau de toilette intense concentration. Whatever the hell that means. We have okay quality notes in here. Some of them might be natural, some of them might be synthetic, but it doesn't matter. This is one of the most popular fragrances in the Jean Paul Gaultier's catalog. Now, what do I smell in here? Remember, this is the part of the video that is kind of subjective, because what I'm about to tell you is my perception, and of course it may vary from your perception. What I'm smelling here is a sweet fragrance that has all the elements to be a mass-pleasing scent. You got this citrusy, zesty opening in the very first seconds of the fragrance, along with a very notorious touch of fruitiness that will last the whole fragrance life cycle. The bright part you just smelled, it is indeed the bergamot, and the fruitiness is courtesy of the pear. But in a matter of minutes, the citrusy part will be diluted and the sweetness will arise thanks to the vanilla, with a slight aromatic undertone that the lavender brings to the table. But as time goes by, I sense a slight ambery facet that doesn't become dominant by any means, but it complements delightfully the vanilla in the base of the fragrance. So this is not a linear fragrance. It has some changes to it, and that's something that I absolutely love. So what you're left with is a fruity, sweet, and slightly ambery fragrance. Now, I just mentioned some of the notes on the fragrance to highlight some aspects of it, not all the notes that it truly may have. But that's not important because that's just my perception. Of course, you can sense different things, different facets when you smell it, because remember, each nose is a totally different world. Now, let's talk about a very important topic for a lot of people: the compliments. If you've seen any of my previous real review videos, you already know I couldn't care less about the compliments. And it's kind of crazy because a lot of people buy fragrances with the sole purpose of hopefully feeling validated throughout other people's opinion. That's not my case. I'm one of those weird people that buy fragrances just to please myself, and that's it. If some other people likes it, great, but I don't really care about that. With that being said, I have received a ton, and I mean a ton of compliments when I was wearing this thing back in the day. mainly from ladies. Now let's talk about performance, but let me tell you something. Remember, not all atomizers were created equal. Some of them are average, some of them just get the job done. You got those crappy ones that a bottle of perfume basically just spits when you're applying it on your skin and clothing without the consistent burst of perfume. You got the famous mist atomizer, but you gotta play with them. Each kind of atomizer is not gonna eject the same amount of perfume. But this one is good. Now, the performance on Ultramale, I would say, is average. I'm getting an average of 6 hours applying it on both my skin and clothing. And I'm talking about 7 to 10 sprays in total. Now, projection. Using that amount of sprays, you'll be projecting 2 meters from you for 10 minutes, then you'll have it within your arm's reach for about an hour, hour and a half, then you'll have it within your personal bubble, let's say within your elbow's reach for another 2 hours, before it gradually tones down until it becomes a skin scent. That unless you're kissing someone, people are not gonna notice that you're wearing perfume. Remember, not all fragrances were created with the purpose of being projecting like crazy with a longevity of 12 plus hours. There are more subtle scents that were created precisely with the purpose of being more intimate. But this one definitely stands out. This is not what you would call a beast mode, but this is made to be an attention grabber. Smell-wise, of course. Now, occasions. I will tell you something. This is arguably one of my favorite party fragrances. Now, considering what I just said about the performance, you can easily assume that this is the fragrance that you want to wear when you go out to the nightclub, when there is a lot of people smoking cigarettes and God knows what else, or somewhere in open spaces. Now, this is what you call a party fragrance due to its extremely appealing, sweet scent profile. This is not your daily driver. This is not your signature scent. This is not your 9 to 5 fragrance. This was designed to be your party fragrance. Of course, Ultramale is something that I would exclusively use for parties, gatherings, get-togethers, barbecues, on a date when you're gonna have close interaction with your significant other, when you're gonna go out to grab a cocktail, or even using it when you're fresh out of the shower before going to sleep. However, unlike most party fragrances, you could wear this all year round, because even though Ultramale is indeed a sweet fragrance, it has some freshness to it, and you will not be grasping for air if you use this in the hotter nights of the year. Unlike Stronger With You, for example, I wouldn't use this in a summer night, nor in a spring night. Same thing with 1 Million Elixir. I wouldn't use this thing neither in spring or summer nights. And in case you're also sick in the head like me, do I need to say anything? Gender, let's go with gender. This is marketed as a masculine fragrance, but I don't see why a daring woman cannot enjoy the delightful, fruity sweetness in this creation. But yeah, for me, this one smells a little more towards the masculine spectrum. And finally, age. Due to its playful and sweet scent profile, Ultramale is designed for the younger audience. I would say the kids between 17 and 25-year-old will smell great using this one. Does that mean if you're 26 and older, you need to throw away this fragrance? Absolutely not. I'm way beyond that age, and sometimes I still use it. And let me tell you something, it's still got results, aka compliments. But as always, do as you please. So, quality, good. Versatility, 6.5 out of 10. Performance, average. Compliments, you bet. Now, personally speaking, even though I don't use those kind of party fragrances anymore, this one holds a very special spot in my heart. I had many memorable nights while I was wearing this. I must say, as of right now, I'm not the biggest Jean Paul Gaultier's fan. As a matter of fact, this is the only fragrance from that brand that I own. But I truly like this fragrance, and the price is not astronomically high. It is 2025 when I published this video, but it doesn't matter what year you're in. If you like a fragrance that happens to be very popular like this one, and people say that it's dated, honestly, who the hell cares? If you enjoy it and you can afford it, go and buy it. It is said that Ultramale is getting discontinued. I don't know if that will happen at all or if it will happen anytime soon, but I just wanted to give you the heads up. If you want to get your hands on this, maybe you're running out of time. And remember, at the end of the day, do what you want with your fragrances. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, is entitled to tell you what to do. This is just my opinion, as I stated in the very beginning of the video. If this review was useful to you, I'd feel very glad, I will feel very honored. But at the end of the day, do as you please. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, I really hope you found this video useful. Tack så mycket. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Dankeschön. Muchas gracias. Spasiba. Kietos. Grazie mille. Arigatou gozaimasu. See you in the next video.